Aew's doubleheader was an assault on wrestling. The Chadster unpacks this unjust display of so-called sports entertainment on Aew Dynamite and Rampage. People wrestling, collision, thumbs down, #WeForever. Off man. So unfair, angry face. The Chadster just finished watching last night's special doubleheader of Aew Dynamite and Aew Rampage, and it was literally the worst 3 hours of so-called wrestling the Chadster has ever seen, which is really saying something considering all the other garbage Tony Khan has subjected the Chadster to. Unamused face. The show kicked off with Mercedes Moné, rolling eyes face, coming out to brag about herself and talk about leading a women's global revolution or some nonsense. It's like she doesn't even realize that the women's evolution already happened in WWE and she's just tripping it off. Angry face. Sky Blue and Julia Hart tried to ambush her, but Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander made the save because Aew has to constantly have their wrestlers running in and out for no reason. Rolling eyes face, rolling eyes face, rolling eyes face. In a huge rip-off of WWE, Kazuchika Okada challenged Eddie Kingston for the Aew Continental Championship, which is basically just a cheap knockoff of the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Unamused face. Okada won with the Rainmaker, but he'll never be as good as Randy Orton. Smirking face. After the match, Pac came out to stare at Okada because you can't ever just have a match end cleanly. Rolling eyes face. Swerve Strickland cut a backstage promo on Samoa Joe, whining about getting choked out last week. Maybe if Swerve spent more time learning to wrestle instead of ripping off WWE's Bloodline with his stupid Mogul Embassy group, he wouldn't be getting choked out every week. Smiley face. Hook faced Chris Jericho and won with a cradle because Tony Khan just loves to make the older WWE guys look weak against his homegrown Aew guys. Rolling eyes face. It's so disrespectful to the wrestling business and everything WWE has ever done for it. Pouting face. Adam Cole cut a promo backstage, whining about Wardlow losing to Samoa Joe last week. I guess Tony Khan already got bored of pushing Wardlow after he literally stabbed Mr. McMahon right in the back by joining Aew. Unamused face. Will Ospreay, vomiting face, vomiting face, vomiting face, called out Katsuyori Shibata for a match on next week's Dynamite, in a shameless attempt to build off the hype from Shibata's match with Bryan Danielson at Forbidden Door. Too bad Tony Khan is too clueless to realize that the only reason anyone cared about that match was because of a certain former WWE champion. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Toni Storm and Mariah May took on Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa in a pointless tag match that accomplished nothing. Rolling eyes face. Mariah May is just a poor man's Liv Morgan and Toni Storm will never be on the level of WWE's 4 horsewomen. Nail polish. Thunder Rosa pinned Mariah with a jackknife, but who even cares? Sleeping face. The Chadster has to admit, the TNT Championship I Quit match between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland was pretty brutal, but it was just a blatant rip-off of the classic WWE matches between these two.